Sir, in our classroom, we have to make it 5:30 p.m. or we have to inform that we have corrected the timing
Okay.
in classroom because people are asking from there.
So no, actually Rakesh knows.
Or other person who is making comments on the classroom, he can also inform to the students that it has been done.
Okay.
Another guy from Bihar,
Mhm.
I forget his name.
Can we ask Rakesh to do that?
Yes, sir. I call him.
You please call. So meanwhile, I'll start it. Okay. We have 23 people
Yes, sir.
here, and so many. There is some communication gap, and that's why many people couldn't join. Uh, Kunjan, let me start.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Your voice little bit. It needs to be more. Yes. Maybe if you come forward.
Am I audible now?
Yes. It is better. Far better.
Okay, great.
Today we have a topic called Shramik card, which is a work ID, and this is mainly for people who are working and migrating to other countries. And we all know that because of pandemic, there was so much issue related to their job security and many other things. In the sense, not just job security, it is a devastating effect on their life and other things. So Kunjan Arora is one of the key person who innovated this app. He has been very versatile person. I have been seeing his profile. He passed out from BITS Pilani, engineer by profession. But from his childhood, he has been experimenting with many things, be it engineering or any other area of creative side. So he has worked in diverse range of industries, starting from telecom to FM radio to many areas. And today he is also working on areas which are very important. For example, this work ID and other area. And I had a very informal chat twice before today's talk, and it was very promising up, and that's why we had a plan to share this idea with you. And because many of you are working on migration and diaspora, and Kunjan basically made this app for Indian workers within India, but he has, now he has been working on this to make it more global, not just for Indians who are living abroad. It may be for other countries working class people. And I was just listening him. He told soon after this pandemic lockdown, it was his own industry worker who suffered a lot, and that made his father to think we have to do something for this working class. And then Kunjan jumped into this kind of idea how to actually create a safety net for these workers, so that large number of, he has maybe few thousand workers, but he has seen the working class sufferings. So finally he prepared this app within a record time, maybe 2 3 months, I think, Kunjan.
Yes.
So now the app is ready, but he has to make it more, global based on your input. Maybe some of you can even give whatever ideas to him in the discussion. And over to you, Kunjan.
Thank you very much for this, opportunity as well as the warm introduction which you have made for me. I hope I'm audible.
Little
Clearly?
more, I think you have to come forward.
Right. I hope now I'm audible.
Yes. The face has to be adjusted. Your computer, you just bring down. Yes, little more. Yes, perfect.
All right. All right. So thank you very much for this opportunity and this warm introduction which you gave for me. Frankly speaking, this is my 22nd year into businesses and working for diverse industries gave me all these vast experience to learn, to work with different kind of people, different levels of people, and in the past we had even hired expats also for our organizations, and I took over companies in France and Italy. We back, in 2012. So got exposure to work with international companies and international nationalities also, different nationality people. And because it was in France, so there were people from Africa who were working there in France, and we took over a company in Italy where I could work with the Europeans extensively. Uh, these all experiences were actually guiding us, to learn more and more about the international businesses and how people work and what kind of facilities, professionals get, they offer. And while working in India, running factories and running construction companies, I could see, how the employee and employer relationships, are successfully managed within the country. And this last 22 years of experience actually is very, I would say, learning was very enormous. And while this pandemic struck, we could realize that specifically for the migrant laborers and the migrant people, the migrants, we all need to think something about them because there were no set rules or let's say set platforms in India in the past 70 years. So this gave us that trigger, that we should create such kind of a platform wherein migrants, migrant people, migrant laborers, they should get one-stop solution for anything and everything they're looking forward, while working or while at home, looking for work or, working in an organization. They all need to have one platform wherein their problems can be addressed. If they need kind of support, or if they are seeking any kind of a solution, there has to be a helpline, there has to be a support mechanism, there has to be an ecosystem. So we learned with them, we created a product, and in pandemic itself, while we saw that hundreds and thousands and I would say millions of people all across India were running, back to their homes to save, whatever they had to reach back into their hometowns. Uh, if there was no means, they were walking on the streets, as we all have seen in the news and the television. And because there was no ecosystem in place, there was no system or channel in place, they were all left stranded. Um, I'm aware that everyone must have seen that in the television and the news. And while we learned, that yes, there is a need of this kind of a platform, we collected our handful team, the technology team, and beautifully we developed the first app just in a record time of 15 days. We launched the app with a helpline number, which was a 24/7 helpline, so that anyone, if they are stranded, if they want any kind of a support, they can reach back to us and we can connect them to whatever best support was available at that time. While we were creating, we understood that they also need to come back if they have gone, and once the pandemic is going to be over, we also need to create the platform more um, complete in the way if we have given them a support, to catch hold and go back, we also need to bring them support to come back to work. So this actually came up in the right time, I would say, in the right direction, and within 3 months' time, we could launch the app. Not even 3 months; it was 2.5 months. So I actually thank my technical team that they could understand, and work day and night, almost 24 hours, to develop the technology platform, to bring up the platform to life, and we could reach out to thousands of people in India And as this app was dedicated to the laborers, we worked extensively on the UX UI to understand how these people can be made, to use the app. So we used a lot of technologies, including geolocations, geofencing, um, uh, voice recognition, because hundreds and thousands of them don't even know how to write, or how to read. So we made the app so intuitive, with a virtual assistant. So as we have Siri on iPhones, we got the idea that why shouldn't we use a similar kind of assistant, who can come on the app, and the moment you step by step move towards any action on the mobile app, the assistant guides you, speak your name, speak your date of birth, and the voice recognition can auto, recognize what name you're saying, so the Google Translator could bring it, into the app. And as someone is asking, I think, what languages they are. So as we made the app, to start with, for Indian labor, we made it in Hindi. We are now into that development where we are going to make it multilingual. So it will be all in 16 regional languages in India. And once we go international, it will be definitely available for all those specific countries which we will understand with this platform. And probably with GRFDT, I think we will be able to get a lot of inputs, which all countries, the associations are. And step by step, we'll be including all the languages to come forward. So, yeah, I was mentioning that the app UX UI, which is basically how the user sees the app and how they can use the app, was very important. So we did a lot of ground research. We took surveys of around 540 or 550 laborers. Myself with one of my team leaders, we were on the ground, working with them, understanding. At the time, Google Translation not dependable. Yeah, it's true, but it's all about AI. So how smartly the artificial intelligence works. So as many as times you speak a word, we are also going to develop a technology platform into our own app, wherein we will be learning from people's. So that's called the Augmented Reality AR. So you speak something and our server records, and we keep on making it smarter and smarter. So at times when you will see someone is using his name, the product is going to be smart enough to grab the closer words and give you an auto correction thing. So you will see the app, so you will understand that how beautifully the product is evolved. It all happens step by step, because we are going to learn the engine, which is the server, and the product learns with the people's experiences. Um, yeah, so the UX UI was the most important. The platform to have our ecosystem was the second most important thing. So we could create a job portal into it. So all these migrant laborers, while they were back home, we created a section in the app which says you can find your work here, you can apply for jobs, and we could create the information so intuitive that any laborer could even see what kind of job opportunities are there surrounding him, because with the geolocation we could pick up wherever he is sitting, either in a hometown or a city, or any specific place. We will give you the jobs within that vicinity to start with, and then moving up to 0 to 500 kilometers. So from your point where your geolocation is picked up, we'll start offering you jobs from near you, and then slowly the radius goes and increases. And let's say, for example, sitting in Bihar, which is a central state in India, you can find opportunities, job opportunities close to Bihar also, within Bihar also, and then slowly, the whole diameter expands, and you can see jobs up to Mumbai, Delhi, different cities across India. So, um, so what we do is we have two sets of teams in us. One is wherein we are enticing the users, we are reaching out to the users, the laborers, and the other set of team is which is basically reaching out to the companies, the SMEs, and government organizations, the contractors, the project coordinators, to post in their jobs. So it has a job portal. On the web portal, the employers can go sign in and post the jobs. On the other side, for the laborers, it is all on the mobile application. So wherever they are sitting, they can start finding jobs around them. The jobs shows what kind of salaries they can get, if they're getting any facilities, food, accommodation, blah blah blah, and then they can choose. If they find a better opportunity, or they want to switch over, or they want to change the city of work, they can easily select one of the jobs, whichever they think they're suitable for according to their skill set. So while you register as an employee, as a user, you get the first thing, which is called the identification. Because what we saw in pandemic, um, first learning was the skill set is missing, which means skill mapping is missing. So we don't know how many laborers or drivers or machine operators or workers, are traveling back to the hometowns, and do they belong to a specific skill set, or are they, absolutely unaware, sitting anywhere in the whole round world, what they have to do, where they have to go. So the first thing which we learned was that we need to give them an identification according to their skill set. So while they register, there are around 30 to 40 different skills which are mentioned on the application, and they just have to scroll, and they are pictorials. So let's say there is a driver, or or a mechanic, or a mason, or a sweeper, or even a technician, electrician. There are beautiful, I would say, demographic images which shows that yes, this is an electrical skill, this is a driving skill, this is a mason, or this is carpenter. So they can easily, just by looking at the pictorials, they can select, and that's how we did this skill mapping. And then was the demographic and geographical mapping. So which city they belong to, the geolocation automatically fetches where they are opening the application. So we get to know from the server itself that which city, which lat long they are sitting right now. So we could do the demographic as well as the geographical mapping, and accordingly we offered the jobs to them according to their demographic and location specific places. Next was to give them the most important thing, which is money. So we have created a wallet and an account, you can say a ledger. So if they are taking any advance from any of the employers, they can register their advances. They can see what is their daily wages or daily earnings, or monthly earnings or weekly earnings, on a daily basis. So now all the people who are workers, they we did this research, so we learned that all of these people, they are maintaining a diary, where they write every day, what time did I go to the job, what time I left from the place, what is my today's let's say earnings, and then he calculates on a weekly basis, okay, this is my weekly earning, this is a monthly earning. So we have given an auto calculator on the mobile application. Whoever is the worker, according to his salary on a daily basis, you can see the attendance, you can register your own attendance, you can punch in, punch out, and you can calculate your it's an auto calculator, so you see your daily earnings, so let's say accrued earnings, more technically speaking. So the first thing was offering jobs. Second, accounts, ledger, and your salary calculator, your attendance punch in, punch out. And then the third thing we gave them was a helpline number dedicated. So we gave an ID, we gave job opportunities, we gave a daily basis of learnings, how what they are doing, and then the most important was training and skilling. So we gave them a section of upskilling and training program wherein we have given links of all type of different YouTube video links where they can come and from a single platform they can see what kind of different uh, training modules are there. So let's say HSE, so which is health safety equipment training, and the similar way upskilling comes in. So whoever wants to learn to read, write, we are running a plan now to go mobile, which is giving them online classes, to upskill them. So we are working with NSDC, which is a National Skill Development Corporation. So very soon we'll be coming up with this program, which will be mobile skilling courses. So MSc, yeah, there is some kind of a terminology which NSDC is working on that. So probably this program, the ecosystem, when we say ecosystem is completed when we are going to offer the entire package to them, which is from their work identification to jobs, to upskilling and to learnings. So and then definitely the payment was there, so auto salary calculator was there, and then slowly we are going to make sure that they start using this wallet and transferring money to their family members, because migrants uh, are not migrant families. There's one person in the family who goes outside the hometown to work, earns, and definitely the money has to be given back to the family to take care of their daily needs. So this wallet, the money wallet, which is Rupiah, is going to come now, which will ease their life to earn and spend. Everything is coming digitally. So what the mission of the program is to make these laborers smart, which is basically the smart shamiks. And so that's what the whole program encircles around. So the ecosystem basically takes around, you earn, you find better opportunities, you earn better, you spend better, and take care of the family by, paying back and transferring easy salary ways. So I just said all this in the word, while explaining about the product. I have a small presentation. If you guys are interested, I can just take you through that presentation. I'll be happy to take you guys through that.
You can go slide sharing. Let's see.
Sure.
We'll take the question after the presentation.
Yeah, sure.
Some problem is there. I think first you open the PowerPoint, then you can do that screen share. First to open the PowerPoint.
PowerPoint is open in any case.
Okay, so open. Why it is not coming?
Okay, I got it. Can you see now? Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible now? Am I audible?
No, not visible. Go to screen, share screen option. First to open the PPT, then go to share screen option, it will come. First to open the PPT.
The PPT is open now.
Open. So go to share screen. Share screen is below near chart and record.
Oh,
There is a share screen below.
yes, I got it. Okay. Okay. Still now?
Yes, yes, now it will come. I think it will come. Uh, it is coming, coming. Okay, perfect.
So that's the name, Mahir. It's for Shramay Bharat, so it's basically dedicated to the Shramiks, the labor of India. Um, you know, this is the tag, for the product. So Pehchan Rozgar Samman. So as I was explaining you the whole, journey, Pehchan means the identification. Rozgar means job creation, and then the third is Samman, which is basically when we, appreciate the work all the laborers do. Because without um, appreciation, they will not get motivated. So the motivation is needed to everyone. So the first thing was identification, the job security, and then motivation. So as we all know, the real champions of the whole country, in building India, we could realize it was these Shramiks only, the laborers. And while they were not coming back, after the pandemic, the whole country was in standstill. And this happens everywhere because this is the lowest strata, I would say, in the whole society, the whole value chain. And no one actually worked around them. We are proudly the first platform across the world which have, where this kind of a platform has been created dedicated to the neighbors. And after making it a success in India, we are ready to go to the world now. And the platform is absolutely scalable. It is just upon replication and going, country by country, adding in more and more people. So as we know that these shramiks, are not, I would say, not smart till now because one, the education system uh, was not available to them. Second, they could not afford it till now. Third, whatever resources they have, they are not smart enough to, uh, to get the knowledge that what is made for them. And with this mobile phone coming into action, a revolution has come, of learnings, of um, the platform should be used for everything. So as we know that we use mobile phones for entertainment, we use mobile phones for for communications. We need the mobile phone um, for being in touch with the family. We can also use the mobile phone for learning, but the laborers were not given any platform where they know that this is good for them. For example, in our surveys, we could understand that our laborers don't even have, uh, you know, basic insurance. The government of India launched the insurance for 300 rupees per annum premium. So 300 rupees is what, $5, $4, and for $4 5, this is a boon for any laborer that he should apply for this, insurance policy and be covered at least. But there was no medium, present in the whole country where the government can reach out to these people and educate them that, hey guys, this is made for you specially, be covered because you work on the ground, you are working on the road, you're working day and night, and just for $5 per year, you are covered. So the government made a policy, but there is no medium. While we planned and designed Mahir, we have covered everything now for them. In the sense, the platform is dedicated to them. If they need any kind of a support, they will get it. If there is a mass messaging which needs to go to these laborers, Mahir is the platform. Mahir will ensure that they get that right learnings to become smart by using the mobile application. They now get a platform to opt for different uh, schemes and policies which the government has made for them. They can opt for insurance policies and be covered. They can opt for insurance policies for their kids, for their families. While we will be doing the upskilling, we are also planning to bring in upliftment for them. Okay, so while we want to make them smart, we could see that these are the pain points. They don't get complete full wages because they don't know what is the minimum wage law of a state where they are working. With this application, they get to know their rights, they get to know their facilities, what the government can provide them. Um, they get to see their salaries on a daily basis, so they don't have to be dependent on a third person to ask you, sir, mera, what is my salary today? What is my cumulative salary for this week? Now they can see everything on the phone, on their screen on a daily basis. What is my accrued income every day, which is adding in. They don't get any ESIs or PF. This application supports the ESI PF because that's the right of every laborer to have covered within ESI policies and to have savings through PF. Um, they probably sometimes don't even get paid. So this application helps them to go digital. They link their bank accounts and the employers can pay directly on their wallet. Cash payouts will should be definitely removed because everything is moving towards digitalization, and the smart Shramik will be using the digital platform to take the benefits of digitalization. So we'll completely take cash out. They don't get the right accommodation to live. They stay in the worst accommodations you can ever thought or you can ever think. Um, the whole ecosystem will move and drive it in such a way that they know what kind of accommodation they can stay. The upskilling medium was missing. The labor was absolutely unaware about any kind of government schemes, and definitely there was no work identification number. Uh, in India, we did some research, so we could find that in the past, maybe 10 years, the average salaries have also not increased for multiple reasons. So we thought, okay, it's time for us to come into the value chain and make this uh, first of its own kind ecosystem wherein these laborers they can become smart, they can get to see what appropriate earnings they should get, what kind of best job opportunities they can get around them if they want to switch the application. The platform becomes their friend. The platform becomes their one-stop solution to think and do anything and everything what they think is made for them. um, the holistic idea is to make them self-sustainable, smart and smarter, so they can earn better and their livelihood is uplifted step by step. Definitely the solution. So we are the first company, the first private organization to offer ID cards, self ID card. So it's not a ID card given by any employer. It is your own card, which you say is my pehchan. It's my identification that who am I, what is my skill set, what's my date of birth, and it has a dedicated QR code, which once anyone scans, get to see that, okay, what this person is, where he belongs from, what is his education, or blah blah blah. You will see that in the next slides. Geolocation, geo mapping, job opportunities, transparent system visibility, and definitely upskilling and upliftment. The features explained, so employment is definitely there. The wallet, Rupiah, 24/7 support. EKYC, so which basically means your government identification cards are now linked with your own identification card. Insurance policies, bank account opening, connecting their bank accounts with the Rupiah model so that they can sit anywhere and transfer money back to their families. Upskilling courses, trainings and learnings. And that's what the goal, moves and drives to. So we have successfully reached out to the Shramiks, to the laborers. They are doing entire registration on their own now because just like Siri, here is Millie. So Millie helps all the employees, on the mobile application to go, go through the process, and Millie guides them to uh, make their own first identification, the e-identification. The aggregation of employment, upliftment as a smart Shramik. So ultimately, we have to make them smart because they need to be smart now. Creating the ecosystem around them, transparent, timely wages, which the app has got now, one-stop solution, and better livelihood. So this was our target audience, the migrant laborers, normal laborers, blue collar workers, daily wage laborers, semi-skilled, unskilled laborers, maids and maintenance workers. And this was the real state, while the pandemic was tried, everyone, the whole family, even if it's a small kid or or an old man, everyone is walking. We're talking about around 125 million people here, which are distributed all across India. And we are reaching out to them in every manner now. So the construction companies was our focus to reach out. So we basically, someone just asked, I think I read one of the messages here, that who will be putting in the employment opportunities, the options or the job openings. So construction companies, infrastructure development companies, real estate companies, municipal corporations, government organizations, and domestic services. So these are all, kind of different organizations where we are reaching to them one by one that they should start, uploading their job openings here, and the recruitment platform then will start giving them suggestions. So the engine, the server, and the program is designed in such a way that all these employers start to see the employees, the options of the employees, and they can connect with them directly. So these are some screenshots of the application. So, you know, this is the identification card, which you can see here, and then there is a QR code. In Hindi, it's written as Shramik card because they are maximum people understand Hindi here. So that's how we made English and Hindi. They can, so you can see, their name comes, their identification ID comes here, their date of birth, and what is their skill set. So Kam Mazdoor. Mazdoor is basically a mason, you can say, or, um, the labor who helps the masons at sites. So they are photographed, and this is a dedicated QR code which belongs to this guy. And if someone scans this QR code, you can see the history of this person, where he's coming from. So let's say his last job was at XYZ employer. So that is all recorded in his history. So 2 years down the line, you will be able to see what this gentleman, you know, is coming from, what was his skill set, where, which city he belongs to, which city he worked in the last 6 months, which different companies he worked as, what under which skill, and what and how is he upgrading, what was his last salaries. So the entire history, the entire journey of any individual will be now in your own QR code. So we have created this QR code which is dedicated to this person only. So every user gets their own dedicated QR code, and this is the way how the jobs are visible. So the site photograph, so that they can understand it's a factory or is it a construction site, it's a road construction site, it's a building construction site, or it's a office. And the similar way, the name of the company here, the location of the company here, what is the salary they are being offered. So 15,000 rupees. Food is available, accommodation is being provided by the employer. What is the current distance he has to travel to reach to this company? So if he is sitting at his home, for example, here you can see 207 kilometers. So he can see that, okay, if I need to switch this job, I have to travel 200 kilometers away, close or far. If he's sitting at his home and he has to travel to Delhi, for example, from Bangalore, it is 1,300 kilometers. So he has to understand that, yes, it is a distance, and I'm ready to take this plunge. I'm ready to take this job, which is 1,300 kilometers away, because it is getting me good, rate of salary. My current wages is, let's say, at 10,000, and I'm getting a 50% jump along with food and accommodation. I can travel to 1,300 kilometers, not a problem. So you press this red button, then you apply for the job. The moment you apply for the job, you come into the application now. Application means the applied application. So here the employers get to see all those people who will click this button. And Millie is here, who speaks everything, and makes sure that the people understand what is written if they are not able to read or write. And in case they are able to read, then they can, mute Millie, so that she does not keeps telling you when you can read yourself. This is the way how you can calculate your, I would say, daily, hang on, let me just show you on this side. So as you can see the attendance here, so the green means you have, you are present, the red means you were absent, and the blue means that that's your current day. The total number of presents were 16, three, were your absent. So you see a cumulative, I would say, monthly till today, kind of a dashboard, a status, and what kind of salary have you earned till today, within the 16 days of working. And if you have taken any advance from your employer, this red button shows, that you have taken an advance, and green means that this is your current, I would say, accrued income. And if you have got the salary, it is red. If it is due, it is green. So very simple UX UI, as I was mentioning, in my discussion in the beginning, that we have learned with all these laborers, that how we can make the product more and more easier for them, so that they can understand and they can make use of the application in the best way. So that's the slide from my side, and what we are planning to do now is that once um we now make a transition, which is basically from India to going international, in the similar app, or I would say within the same app, Mahir, we are going to give two options, So which country you belong to, or are you a migrant international, who's working in a different country. The moment you click that, the whole UX UI changes, and we plan to offer international job portals here. We are planning to give you a one-stop solution, which means we will be providing you entire end-to-end solution, from passport application, getting a passport, or maybe getting a visa facility. If you are a student, we will be connecting you to universities or programs which are there in international countries. On a similar way, we are planning to going to give you a switch here. So as you can see, Manoranjan. So Manoranjan was made for the Indian labor, so that they don't have to, switch the app and go to YouTube to find. So we'll be giving them many opportunity, many options of you know, um, entertainment here itself. So it has radio, it has television, it has YouTube, blah blah blah. For the international program which we will be bringing in now, instead of Manoranjan, we are going to bring us a networking club here, which means every migrant anywhere globally will be connected on this platform. Any aspiring migrant can register and start to seek help. So it will become, I would use this word, kind of a LinkedIn for the migrants. You can network, you can share, you can speak, you can take help, you can follow someone, you can become a mentor. And someone wants to go to Canada to study, you can just say that, okay, I'm planning to come to Canada. Any suggestions? So kind of a networking platform wherein all the migrants can network on an exclusive platform which is dedicated here. So we have already started, working on our, I would say, wireframes. So technically, we say these wireframes because we have to make the modeling of the application first. So we'll be working very closely with GRT, with GRFT, and we will be taking a lot of inputs from them so that we make this platform very easy to use, very handy, very helpful, which has again the full ecosystem. So from um, job opportunities globally to a wallet connected with your international bank account or your your country's bank accounts, wherein you can transfer the money and you can transfer the money from one account to the other and transfer the money from wallet to your family members so that they can make use of the money without any transactional fees of PayPal like things, blah blah blah, because they have definitely very high transaction fees because they are having monopoly kind of a thing, Western Union, blah, blah, blah. So we will basically cut off all the middlemen. We'll give you direct access to your accounts so that you can make the use of the wallet and make the use of taking the benefits of money transferring to your family. Uh, from that to networking and giving a platform where everyone can speak, can talk, can take guidance, can follow, and from there too, as we are going to become a one-stop solution for the migrants, so giving your complete visa services, passport services, and universities and skilling and upskilling services. So if a student wants to go out, as I was just mentioning, so you will be able to, we will be able to connect you to different options of universities and schools and programs. From there to see getting VFS, passport, and the third thing was I think just missed. So it's okay. Nonetheless, so these are my slides, and this is the plan. Moving forward, what we'll be bringing in for all the migrants now.
Thank you, Kunjan. And we are now around, I think, 74 participants, which is a very good number. I must, when I started, actually only 23 were there. So I thought let people come, and I should wish a very happy, prosperous, and healthy New Year to all of you. And again, I am very happy that you sacrificed your day, Sunday, and came to listen this talk by Kunjan. So what we'll do now, we have Kunjan and his friend, Satya. Satya is responding to many of the queries actually in the chat box also. So both will be interacting with all of you. Please be open and raise your hand, and you can ask question either in chat box or directly. I think it's better to ask directly.
Yeah, I'll be happy to answer.
Yes, please go ahead. I think Nagarjuna is there, Thampi. He asked few questions, but I also want to ask one question before others. Huh? Uh, how is the bargaining power of this migrant labor? You told job opportunities there and all this. Will this affect the bargaining power of the migrants or laborers?
So see, whenever people become smart, uh, the bargaining power gets better because you get to see opportunities around you. The holistic idea is to ensure that the platform makes you smart enough to take your own decision instead of being dependent on a situation and saying that okay, whatever is in front of me I will do that. So definitely the the program is making all of these people become smart and smarter. So once they become smart and smarter, they will take their own good decisions towards their betterment of life.
Any other question, please directly you can ask. We have students from other country also. So one more thing I want to see, you told that there will be a linkage also. People can link in, like LinkedIn, they can also connect with the people who will help them.
Yes.
Do you have any mapping of diaspora organization, migrant organization overseas? We have Thomas Matthew sir here. He is one of the leader of migrant group in Dubai, and maybe he will also ask a few questions. Over to you, sir.
Yes, I would like to, a very prosperous and healthy New Year to all. Okay, and my question, okay, this is a very hypothetical situation Mr. Kunjan was describing. Okay, everything is fine, but it is in practice the main problem a migrant worker in the GCC countries is facing is the lack of mobility, and he is tied to his sponsor or his employer. He doesn't have any means to move from one to a better job. This is fully the mobility is not at all possible under the sponsorship system. Okay, so what is the Mr. Kunjan's suggestion on this particular in the issue? This is mainly related with the GCC countries. What is his suggestion about this one?
So when you say mobility, Mr. Thomas, thanks for your question, by the way. So wish you all a very, very happy New Year. Very happy and a prosperous, healthy New Year. Um, while you have asked this question, I just want to have a small clarification on that point. When you say mobility, it means that um, they cannot switch a city between UAE or GCC countries, or are you basically talking about how they can move from their country to a GCC country?
No. The migrant who is already here.
Right.
I am in Kuwait now, and who is already here, he cannot move from one sector to another. He cannot move from one sponsor to another sponsor, from one job to another, a better job. Even if his skill is not at all, I mean, if he is having a very highly skilled guy, he will be coming here and he will be forced to take a low job, which is never ever meeting his skills. So these kind of things are there. This is how you are going to address it.
Yes, yes. So I
Because
think
because from my experience, I am telling you, architects coming here in this country and working as masons. This happened. This is happening, and also and also veterinary surgeons or veterinary people are coming here and they are working in maybe in the as a shepherd or I am not saying a shepherd, but in this kind of that kind of a situation.
I understand. So this is a
Yes.
similar thing which we, experienced here in India.
Yeah.
In the month of September, I think, when we launched the app, the first launch, which was done, Mahir's first launch, uh, pandemic was almost in its full swing, and we could see BE electronic engineers, electrical engineers applying for a job of mason. I just remember this whole episode, and I can correlate what you are saying. So, why it happens and when it happens. When you don't have a platform, when there is no such platform wherein people can apply, only recruiters can see you, then this kind of a problem of connecting the wrong chord happens. When Mahir was made, we I was in the front line, so I remember all the things, and because I was interacting with a lot of aspiring job seekers, and I was speaking to this electrical engineer from Delhi, and he was saying that, sir, I don't have a job, uh, and my family is in a very deep problem because my job got I got laid off in the pandemic, so I can work in any kind of a situation. I just need some salary to earn to take care of my family. And I told them that just be patient, don't change your skill. Whatever you come from, only stick to that and just wait because the platform has just launched. It has just being in place now. Let the people understand, let the employers understand, the recruiters understand that yes, I can get every kind of a skill set here. So let the database, begin. Because as you can understand, if there is a lack of a platform, where will the people go? People from India travel to GCC because I also have traveled to Dubai, Kuwait, and a lot of Saudi countries for my businesses in the past. And I know that when these laborers are pushed out of the country, there is a middleman. This middleman takes money from them in giving, let's say a bribe or something, then okay, I'll get you a job. This is 1 lakh rupee fee. He is paid 1 lakh. This guy is, sent to GCC countries in a dream that he's going to get a good job, a better job. But what happens once he lands there? It's a part of a bigger scam, or maybe part of the whole thing. They are pushed to do a specific job, and they cannot switch the sponsor. But while we were devising Mahir, I could uh, place everything on the right side because I am an employer too, and I have run factories also, and I have run a construction company also in parallel. So I could correlate what employers can do, what wrong decisions employers make, and on the other side, what the employer wants. So I think um, once we plan to release this international migrant program with Air, we will connect the right database, which means we will have the entire database of the employees or the job seekers, and we would ask them to put in what they belong from. So if there is an architect, he should just write or apply for an architect's job. And on the other side, we will be, having our all operations, in these countries online, wherein we will ask the employers to suitably, push in their requirements, what they need. And as you said, the problem for the sponsor. So we will make this program flexible enough to switch the sponsor. So when there is a company in GCC, let's say in Bahrain, and there is an employee who is in Kuwait, And if he applies for a better job in Bahrain, he will be able to switch with the support of the the employer, because the employer will take the responsibility on Mahir that the entire switching of the sponsor will happen with the program itself. So
Yeah, I have one more clarification required.
yeah.
This is okay. This here, what is it's a practice here. What I have seen through and through in my stay around 30 plus years here in Gulf countries.
Mhm.
What I have seen is the what do you call the contract substitution
Mhm.
that is happening. So you have a digital platform. Okay, it's fine. It is a new recruitment through a digital platform. We were all asking for a long time. It's a
Mhm.
good thing. Okay, the total the thing. But even if it happens, okay, all the parties. That is the foreign employer, the government, and the worker himself comes in the same platform, and they sign the contract and everything. But again, this contract substitution happens when the worker comes land and at this place, when his
Mhm.
passport is with the sponsor or
Mhm.
the employer, then everything goes. Your all the contract, everything is gone, finished. So how you are going to address this is the major thing what we were experiencing for a long time, and we were suggesting this kind of digital recruitment process and total digitalization of the things. We do
Right.
agree.
So
We want that, but how to embed this digital recruitment process into the sponsorship system? Here, the sponsor is supreme, and
yes.
we are or the worker is coming into a neoliberal slavery system. The
Mm.
sponsorship system is a neoliberal slavery system. So your digital this thing is based on what the labor laws, international labor laws, but it is not applicable when it is coming on the ground. So how you are going to address
Right.
this? This is my question.
Very yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have the answer to this. Very, very nice question, very valid and a very apt question, I would say. So as I was mentioning, that once we become your one-stop solution for the migrants, and we will give you the VFS and the passport services also, the platform will tie up with the partners in different countries. So we will tie up with the VFS agents because we will be doing the right authentication, the right check that the partner is, well place, because everything comes at a cost. So the partners will get to see that platform that yes, Mahir is the platform where they will be able to, maybe meet thousands of their customers. Because today the customer is sent through a scandal, which we all know. So let's not um, um, don't mind my words, okay? The scam and scandals, they keep happening, and that's how these all people are getting into the slavery thing. And that our mission is, that we have to make these people smart by connecting the right cord. The right cord is that from India, the right agent, the right BFS, partner is selected by Mahir and connecting you to get the right passport, the right visa. On the other hand side, when you switch the job, we have a right partner and the right connected call in the local country also, which is going to help these people on the online platform that yes, they are not happy here, they want to switch. They could find the opportunity, now they want to apply for the opportunity. When they apply for the opportunity, the hand-holding partner sitting on that local country who will be selecting with the right authentication, we will ensure that they are in the right hands and they get the right support from the local partner.
Okay. Thank you for the time being. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Kunjan, we have a few more questions. Rajsekhar ji want to ask, and there are so many other questions in the chat box also. Susana Mitra, then I think Anishur, Professor, then we have Richard Abedi. They have some questions they'll ask.
I'm very happy to answer questions. Please, Mr. Rajashekar.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sadaji, and good presentation. My question same similar to Mr. Thomas. So practically, I'm asking. My question is, how many employers you have in your database for job switching the jobs providers like that way? So in Gulf region, Europe region, Australia, and US, and these type. So which area better you are commandable? That means your app is which region is better,
Right. So
or if it is USA, maybe for students, is it helpful for the students? Or
so
for Gulf region, is of course Gulf region, as Mr. Thomas he told already. So for workers, so most of people are, even though they are qualified, so because of the sponsorship problem, so they cannot change their job until unless the sponsor is agreeing. Okay, once he landed in the Gulf region anywhere, he handed over his head to the sponsor or somebody else. Okay, he has no rights, like that way. If it is a very big international companies, maybe they are getting, that is different case. Most of cases it is not at all possible. But in Gulf region, how many people in employers in your database, in your this one, or which area is helpful for us in your app? This is my question.
So today the app is limited to India only. We will be stepping in now to all the international countries, but yes, there are phases, So what we will be probably doing is we'll be working very closely with Mr. Sahu and the team to understand that where is the maximum, let's say, workforce which is going to. So we will start with one country to add, and because it's a mobile application, it is absolutely scalable. We can start even multiple countries also, but to understand and make your program, the platform which is Mahir, to come into action, we need to actually start studying the regions, step by step. For example, I say GCC. I have traveled to 76 countries, so from my experience, I will not answer it often like that, but with my experience, I will say that with the right set of relationship, with the right set of partner hunting on the country which we will be working on, we will understand the practicalities, how the system should be made, everything on the online platform. So from the user side, I'm not worried because it is the same experience. Making a UX UI thing will not take us more than 1 month to 40 days, to bring the application ready for the international use. But to study country by country how we can, make it helpful for the migrants to make the best use of the job recruitment, it is going to come step by step. So you will see the networking will happen immediately, maybe 30 days or 40 days from today. We'll give you the platform ready wherein people can start downloading, start registering, start making their identification cards, and ready to go for the networking, wherein they can all communicate between each other to find out what they want, what help they want. If there is some problem, there is a 24/7 helpline, which will be connected with different regions and the government policies and facilities. So it's going to be a very, very huge program because we'll have to induct local policies country by country. So we will basically go to the market for the migrants to get registered quickly, which will happen in next 1 month, 40 days time. As I said, they will be able to make their identification cards. They will be able to start doing the networking. Slowly, when we will see that yes, this database is increasing, the number of people are increasing. With the help of Mr. Sahu and the team, we will pick up first country as our test model. We will understand entire policies of it. Maybe it could be GCC. I'm not coming to any conclusion right now, but yes, we will do this kind of a mapping. We'll zero down to one country where the maximum labor or the maximum force is moving towards. We will devise the program, maybe put it in place, and then replicate country by country to add, multiple things. And um, we are on very strong rounds of, raising funds. So the moment we raise funds, we will multiply the teams, and we will set up, a team of, let's say, 4 to 5, tech and operations teams for every country, which we will be putting in place. But this will happen eventually. This will happen eventually now.
Okay, we have Annabelle Rebello. Want to ask anything? And Susana Mitra.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. It was very interesting. I just want to know the ID that will be in the Shramik card. And you said it would be linked to the bank account and, because, you will have some schemes, government schemes coming in, and now the government is going for financial inclusion policies. Again, they are also linking up health card and Aadhaar card of laborers. So how is this Shramik card going to be linked, or is it going to be a separate, kind of a facility for the labor, for the migrant? That's the link I want to know. Yeah.
So
Thanks.
what we are doing is right now, I mentioned it in the presentation also, that we are linking the Aadhaar cards, which is the eKYC.
Mm-hmm.
So we are, while the laborers are registering themselves,
Mm-hmm.
the process of getting the ID card is very quick. So it takes just
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes to get your ID card. If you have just put in all your right things.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next step is, which is always on the pending side,
Mm-hmm.
is the Aadhaar card number.
Yeah.
So while we offer them jobs,
Mm-hmm.
we ask them the date of birth to ensure that there is no child labor.
Mm-hmm.
The next is, when they are offered a job,
Mm-hmm.
we, the system stops until unless you punch in your Aadhaar card, or
Okay.
take a picture of the Aadhaar card and upload it.
Okay.
We have signed up with multiple platforms. There are facilities available in India.
Mm-hmm.
So we link the Aadhaar card by cross verification, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically authentication, which is done by UIDAI, which is the Indian government's web portal. We ensure that, yes, for example, if the name of the person is Ram Singh. Ram Singh is, putting a Aadhaar card number. We will ensure with UIDAI's link that this is actually Ram Singh's Aadhaar card or not. If it is confirmed, then we make the handshake with the employer, and we get the authenticated database also, that yes, Aadhaar card now is linked with this QR code. As I was telling you, the QR code is personal QR code for Ram Singh. So Ram Singh's journey now has begun with the Shramik ID card, and now his Aadhaar card is also linked. His mapping, his geolocation, everything is sitting in the QR code.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Is there any other questions? Otherwise, we're already 7 o'clock, close to 7 o'clock. Satya, you want to add anything to Kunjan, because you are very closely associated with him?
I think Satya's call has dropped. Maybe he's out of network or something.
Okay.
But I'll
So,
answer any other questions if anyone has. I think Annabello Rebello has written something. Um, migrant workers in
he wants your email ID, I think.
I'll be happy to share. Anyone can write to me. I'll check it itself.
Okay. So, any other Vaibhav, you want to ask anything? Okay, I think no more question. So what we can do, it is just beginning actually. The idea will further, will circulate, will share more as Kunjan will develop the app and beyond, India, and we'll see how it can be done, and all of you will be part of this in the sense in the discussion and everything. So we look forward for this, Shramik card to flourish, to reach to the Shramik properly, and Shramik should benefit. So with this, I thank Kunjan for such an interesting and very, timely app, which actually helped the, large number of Shramik, because India, if we see, has the largest number of migrants in the world, and largest highest number of highest amount of remittance also we receive, more than 80 billion dollar per year. And if there is something which can manage this migrant, to go there, find a job, it obviously will help the country immensely. And we look forward, and all the best, Kunjan, for your effort, and we will be very happy to cooperate. Thank
My
you.
my pleasure. Thank you very much. We are bringing up this update maximum, I think, next 1.5 months. Probably anytime between next 45, 30 to 45 days. I think it should be there.